And so again, today we're working on our opinion writing, and we're going to be working on crafting the claim. Hopefully you have this made, because we're going to start reading through. We always kind of have this broken down into 3 different parts. So this one is called After School by John Hamm. It says, studies show that homework improves student achievement in terms of improved grades, test results, and the likelihood to attend college. Research published in the High School Journal. Now by now what I hope you're able to do, and this is me thinking out loud, is that I hope that you're able to see when they give you something like the High School Journal. That's like that's your source, okay? So we're always looking for our source. I'm going to do this a little bit different so I can write bigger so my people on the Zoom can see it. I got a pen. There we go. So I'm going to leave room for, well, first let's do our topic. Everyone should write down what the topic is. Go ahead and write down what the topic is. Even after that first paragraph, you should probably know what we're going to talk about this whole time. Okay, what is the topic of this one? Gavin, what do you think the topic's going to be? Gavin? Okay, so it has something to do with after school. I think it's more specific than that. I think it might be a little more specific than that. Eva, what do you think it might be?
Maybe the homework improves.
Let's make it one word. Just overall, this is all going to be about homework, yeah. The topic here is homework. Again, I don't want a full sentence for your topic. We want just what this is about. We've done school uniforms. We've done violent video or M-rated video games. We want this to be short. We don't want the whole sentence. That's when we craft our claim. So our topic here is homework. Our first source is probably going to be the High School Journal. I'm abbreviating that S or HSJ. Maddie, what's up?
We forgot to do pro and con evidence.
Oh, well, based on this one, it says that studies show that homework improves student achievement in terms of improved grades. Thank you, Maddie. Test results and likelihood to attend college. Do you think this is pro or con?
Pro.
This one's pro. Now, it's going to be important today that you stay on the pro side, because tomorrow we're going to use this same sheet, and this one might be the con side. So try and stay on your pro side of your crafting the claim sheet, okay? So now, we know our source is the High School Journal. We know that we are talking about homework. So now we're going to see what the High School Journal says about homework. I'll let you guys get this copy down. I'll give you a hot second. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you got that copy down. Research published in the high school journal indicates that students who spent between 31 and 90 minutes each day on homework scored about 40 points higher on the SAT mathematics subtest than their peers, who reported spending no time on homework each day on average. Now, it doesn't matter whether you think homework works or not. What does matter is that the high school journal did a study, correct? And we want to know, we want to summarize what it said. And what it says is, homework, I'm going to do this first one, then you guys are going to have to start trying to do this on your own. So I'm modeling. I'm going to try and shorten this. Homework. Students scored, you guys should watch first, scored 40 points. Look how I abbreviated points for you. Points higher on math SAT subtest. We can always look back at the source when we need to.
Awesome.
Yep, coming.
Can you write that? No.
Yep.
What does it say again?
I don't know how it looks on your guys' screen, but I can kind of make it out. Students scored 40 points, PTS, I abbreviated it, higher on math SAT subtest. Okay, who needs more time to finish writing? Anyone? Okay, so now let's look at this next one. We are going to get two pieces of evidence out of here. It says, on both standardized tests and grades, students in classes that were assigned homework outperformed 69% of the students who didn't have homework. A majority of the studies on homework's impact, 64% in one meta-study and 72% in another, showed that take-home assignments were effective at improving academic achievement. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at this and take out of it the first piece of evidence. Find your first piece of evidence. Don't write anything down yet, let's just take that out.
Mr. Ross,
Yep.
don't we have to figure out where the
Not yet. Right now, I just want you to find the evidence, then we'll talk about the source, then we'll write down the cause, then we'll talk about your evidence. But right now, I want you to see if you can find what you would put down for evidence. Okay. So now, hopefully you found some evidence. For this second paragraph, who's our source? Or what is our source? Maddie, what'd you have?
John Ham.
You're right, it is. It's not any specific journal or person because it doesn't say anything. It does mention some studies, but do we know where the studies came from?
No.
We can't cite, like in a different one we did, we can't cite a study at the University of Houston, can we? So this one, our source is John Ham. And he's talking about homework, right? Okay. Homework is our cause. What is the effect of homework? Let's see. Macy, what was the first piece of evidence that you took out of there?
Students in class that were assigned homework outperformed 69% of students who didn't have homework.
Okay, that's what I had too. How many of you had that for your first piece of evidence? Very good, a lot of us. So it's okay if you didn't, we're just learning, right? It's like before I had you guys riding a tricycle, now I'm putting you on training wheels, okay? So you've graduated to a big bike. And eventually I want to take those training wheels away and let you guys do this on your own. But I got to make sure that you guys can ride a trike before you ride with training wheels. And then take your training wheels off and I'm going to hold your seat for a little bit so that you don't tip over. And then eventually I'm going to go like this and let you go out on your own. So if you missed it, what Macy said is students in classes that were assigned homework outperformed 69% of the students who didn't have homework. So we need to shrink that down. So homework, those students that had it, we're going to say something like outperformed other students by 69%. That's a good percent.
Yep.
There's one more piece of evidence in there. So once you're done writing that, try and find the second piece of evidence from that paragraph. I'll be there in a sec. Here I come. Yep. Oh, well, John Ham said, and you can see it, John Ham's our source. I can see where that's getting a little blurry over there. That's kind of a bummer. John Ham said homework for students, the students that had it outperformed others by 69%. So if you've written that down, then what you want to do is you're looking for the second piece of evidence in that paragraph. And you want to shrink it down. I know that you could write a whole sentence, but do we want to write the whole sentence? No, we'll cover that coming up. Probably end of the week we'll start talking about citing our sources. Maybe the beginning of next week. Braxton, right now we're working on crafting the claim. That's the thing we did Friday. Since you just joined us. Who needs more time? Okay, so our source again is going to be whom? John Ham is again our source on this next one. This is our third piece of evidence.
Okay.
We've got two more to get. We got a lot of evidence on this
Put-
one. Ah! What?
Put another M after Ham.
Oh, okay.
Please.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Okay. So this time he didn't use the word homework. This time he's calling it what? What's he calling them this time? Take home
Assignments.
assignments. There, good. Somebody read. Everyone else was like, I'll just say words. John Hamm says take home assignments. What do they do? What do take home assignments do? Shrink it down for me. Autumn, what does John Hamm say about take home assignments up on the board? Okay, it's in that second paragraph. It literally says, showed that take-home assignments. That's why I'm projecting that screen up there in front so you guys can read it. You may have to move everybody's pictures, or up at the top, if you just click, there's 4 little icons, because I'm sure you guys all have everybody else's picture up. There's hide thumbnail video. It's like it looks like a dash. If you click that, everybody's picture disappears, and then you can see the whole screen. Okay, anybody think they got it for me? Because we got to keep moving on here. Roger, what'd you put? Take-home assignments do what?
Improve academic achievements.
Yes! Roger, that's exactly what I would have put. So they improve academic achievement. Very good, Roger. So we were looking right here. Take home assignments. What do they do? Improve academic achievement. Excellent job, Rajan. Very proud of you. When you're done, look to paragraph 3 there, or section 3. Figure out who your source is. Who is your source? Mackenzie, who's our source in?
The IZA, aka the Institute of Study of Labor.
Yeah, and I don't know why it says IZA. It might be an abbreviation from a different country. But you're absolutely right. Our source is going to be the Institute for the Study of Labor. So what we're going to call that is just Study of Labor is going to be our source. Study of Labor. We're going to get 2 pieces of evidence from here. How many pieces of evidence are we going to get from here? 2. See if you can find the first cause and the first effect.
Mr. Rock, what does GPAs mean?
Grade point averages. I can explain that later. Okay, what is our cause? Parker.
Our cause is homework.
I'm going to add one thing to it. I'm going to break a rule. Be a little more specific. You're right, it is homework. But more specifically, it's increased. And I'm going to let you abbreviate homework. HMWK. Do you guys see why that makes it? You were right, Parker. Homework is fine. But I'm going to go a little bit more here. Here's our source. I'm going to underline our source. Institute of Study of Labor. Here is our cause. Our cause is increased homework. What did it lead to? We're going to break this into two pieces. What's one thing it leads to? Chase, what's one thing increased homework leads to?
Mr. Raphael, your steps fell down.
Okay, thanks. Falcon, you might be muted. What's one of the things that increased homework led to?
People getting higher grades on their tests.
Higher GPAs, better GPAs. So increased homework led to better
GPAs.
better GPAs. Okay, here's what I'll let you write that down, then I'll explain real quick what a GPA is because I think some of you are probably confused. Basically it does mean better grades. Okay? Here's how GPAs work. If you get an A, that's called a 4.0 grade point average. A B is a 3.0. A C is a 2.0. A D is a 1.0. And an F would be a 0. So for every A you earn, you get 4 points. And then you figure out your average by adding up all your grades. Now, if you had an A minus, you get a 3.67. If you have a B plus, you get a 3.33, because some schools have A minuses and B pluses. We don't. But like my high school did. So at the end of it, you take all your grades that you get. I got an A, 4. I got a B plus, 3.33. Plus, I got a B, 3.00. Plus another A, 4.00. And then you divide by the number of classes, and it will give you a number somewhere between 0 and 4. Now, hypothetically, some schools you could get an A plus, and that's a 4.33. But you usually don't get enough of those to be higher than a 4.0.
Yeah.
And then that's important when you go to college, because colleges determine how much money you get, how much scholarship money you get based on those, or whether they're going to let you into college. Because if your GPA is like a 1.33, that means that your average grade would be a D plus. They're probably not going to let you into college unless your SAT score, which is a different test that you have to take, is high. So that's what it's just basically saying that students who get homework have a higher grade point average or get better grades. Braylon.
Why when you go to college you have to stay there for a while?
Because it takes a while. They teach you some general things, and we'll talk, let's talk about that when we're done with this, okay? That's a great question for when I'm not trying to record a lesson to put on YouTube.
Because then we're going to get into a tangent.
So now, the study of labor also said, same cause. You don't need to put down the source again, we have the same one. We're just going to put down that increased homework also did something else. What else does it say it did? Look up there. We said that it leads to better GPAs. What else does it do? Braylon, what else did it do?
It increased. It made like scores of tests go higher because you're.
Okay, but we're looking in this third paragraph. What else did increased homework do? Doesn't say anything about tests. It led to better GPAs. What else did it lead to?
Boys who attended college did more than 3 hours of immersion.
This is a whole different thing. We don't know necessarily if that's from this. That might be from, that's probably a John Hamm. And
Higher probability of college attendance.
so to summarize that, if it increases if it's a higher probability, that means it increases the chances of,
Going to college.
yes. So we're gonna say, we're gonna send it,
Mr. Rob?
we're gonna slim this down to increases chances of college attendance. Parker, what were you gonna ask?
I was going to. It also says for school boys. Do we need to add that, or is that what?
We could put for boys if you wanted to. We are just paraphrasing. We can always go back and find this, right? Anybody need this still up? Zoomers, need this up? Okay, I'm not hearing anybody. You're either on mute. So here's what I'm going to do. Today, here's your crafting the claim. You guys did this whole pro side. I didn't write it down because I wrote it on the board, okay? Everybody following?
Yep.
You're going to draw a line right here. We're going to split it because tomorrow we're going to do the con side. But today we're crafting a pro claim. We're crafting the pro claim right now. And we always start them the same way. In the article after school, almost spelled after wrong. In fact, I need to be a good example for you guys. I made a mistake. Hey, look what I'm doing instead of just writing over it. Erasing. After school by John Hamm. He claims, and then we have to look back. I'll even say that he claims that homework. I'll let you guys get that done, and then I want you guys to think about what is he claiming about homework? What is he claiming about homework? How can we summarize this up and finish this statement? In the article, After School by John Hamm, he claims that homework does what, Rajan?
Helps students learn better.
Okay. Did he say that, though, in the... No, he didn't. He doesn't say it helps them learn better. Hadley, what do you got for me?
Improves academic achievement.
Oh, I had increases academic achievement, but I'll take improves. That's a good one. That homework improves academic achievement. Go ahead and finish your claim. Then I'm going to give you guys just a couple minute break before we start reading. Go ahead and finish your claim.